Hey team, hope you are having an amazing day today. It is the month of March coming up already. So this is our monthly at a glance video. Have some fun updates and things for the month of March. But first we're going to kick it off with our birthdays, of course. So this month we have 3 birthdays on our team. First is Miss Guy Sims. Happy birthday, Paula and Riley. Happy birthday, girls. We are so happy to have you guys a part of the team. You guys are so valuable for what we do week in and week out here at our Crestview campus and loving on those babies. So I pray you get to celebrate in such a fun way this month your guys' birthdays. We're happy you are here. Next, we have welcoming our new family members, our new team members. That is going to be Miss Teresa. I put her on the GroupMe, so she's officially part of the team. She's going to be helping mostly in our nursery, helping hold and cuddle those babies, and we are so happy to have her a part as well. She shadowed for the first time last week, and I know she was just such a joy to have in the rooms, loving on those babies. Third is our monthly theme this month is Go Team. So super fun that we are a part of Jesus's team is going to be the big overarching theme. We are going to be having some new things. I know we kind of did a couple of them sporadically at the end of last year, but I'm really going to try and hit a home run for decorations for the theme every month. Destin just does a phenomenal job, and it's so fun. And so I'm going to do my best to replicate that at Crestview. And we'll get into that a little bit more here at the end of our video. But the theme is Go Team. We're going to be talking obviously about Jesus' life and story. So this week we're going to be kicking it off with the woman at the well. Next week is how Jesus found his 12 friends. And then of course Easter is coming up too. So we will have that in the curriculum coming. With that being said, Easter is around the corner. I know most of you had already seen my message about getting that schedule out. So it is out and ready to go. Please take a peek at that. Remember, we have 2 services on Easter Sunday. So it'll be amazing because we'll all get to sit and serve one, sit one. But that means there's 2 service times. So make sure to pay attention to that when you are accepting or declining your requests, which time it is. And if you have a preference, ideally, obviously if you can fit in where I scheduled you, that'd be great. If you need to switch services, please let me know and I can try and maybe flop them with somebody or whatnot. And then we also have Good Friday service, so take a peek at that. That'd be a Friday evening service. And so I really tried to, for the most part, to not schedule anybody who had to do Good Friday to try and keep them off or very minimally work on the Easter Sundays, but some people I did have to overlap just because of our team size. So just pay attention to the service times and dates for those. Next is just if you guys can, and you guys always do like really a phenomenal job overall, but just make sure you are accepting or declining those planning center requests just for the month. And just a preference just to keep in front of you. If you do have to decline, first off, if you can please put in a reason in the notes why you can't, because that obviously avoids me potentially having to reach out to you just to see why. And then also, if you could, depending on if it's, super close to your weekend, obviously shoot me a text too, because sometimes I don't see those declines come through right away. But also if you can try to replace yourself. So what you guys can always do, I'm not sure if you guys can see the week that you're not scheduled. If you can't, maybe we could change that. But if you go the week ahead of you, if you guys can see it, you can kind of see who might be in your room, and you can maybe even reach out to them first and just say, hey, do you mind switching weeks? That would be super helpful for me, but worst case scenario, just text me and let me know that you're not going to be able to serve your week. Next thing we talked about in our Saturday meeting, but is those lanyards. So it actually was crazy. Before I even asked Miss Sherry, which is our regional support, she had texted all of us pre-K ladies a solution. So some of the other ladies must have been asking this question. So she said that we finally got the okay to print off your guys' name tag. So it can't be written. It has to be officially printed by like our machine. So I'm working that out. We should have that up and operational by this weekend. So this weekend, do your best to have your guys' shirts, and then we'll get you guys a printed name tag. So that will be super helpful in taking care of those babies and not having that lanyard get in the way. Last couple things, housekeeping. First off, just wanted to remind everybody and then also let everybody know who wasn't at our Saturday meeting. We are officially starting call time at 8 a.m. now. I know that's a big ask, and we just moved it back to 9. But this is just for the sake of really helping even out the load of setup and teardown. But also just helping out our setup and teardown team. And a lot of the other teams are already doing it, so we're a little kind of behind the game, I guess. So basically the setup team is going to set up our walls and floors and potentially tables, like just our big like structural items. And then our team's going to go in and actually set up the rest of the kids' toys, you know, all those things that we use operationally on a weekly basis. So that would be the reason for getting there at 8, because we have to be ready at least in one of the main rooms by 8:30 for growth track and early care. So that does leave a little gap, I know, obviously, between like our team huddles, and 9:15 is when our go time is. But I'm really excited about that time. I think it's just going to be a great opportunity for us to connect. First off, have a really, really solid huddle where we can come around, you know, the word together for a moment, really just get into what the kids are going to be learning and just build that excitement. But also, I kind of touched briefly on this in our meeting, like, I think it can be easily get into the routine of just getting in, doing childcare, taking care of the kids, doing the lesson, and it becoming a monotonous thing. And I just want to take a moment to remind us just the value that we bring. You know, you guys are truly door holders for these kids. You're gatekeepers, making sure you know, presence of evil and things don't come in, but really overall, like, you're showing them the love of Jesus, and we have no idea where some of these kids are coming from and what they're experiencing. And so I really am excited to take some of this time just to get in our room and just pray together, pray over the rooms, pray that the moment those kids walk in, that they feel the joy of the Lord, that they feel the love of the Lord, that they're excited to come in. And we already do this. I heard, even just this last week, at least 2 different reports of parents saying, my kid doesn't even enjoy going to pre-K, like they cry when I drop them off, but when they want to come to kids church, like they're so excited and ready, and they're like, let's go to church. So we already do a phenomenal job at this, but I'm so ready to just add an extra level of spiritual preparedness to our Sunday mornings. And we'll get some coffee time together, just be able to chat and connect, and I think it's going to be really, really good. So just expect that 8 a.m. call time. Obviously, we'll be there probably till about 12 p.m. tearing down, but it's going to be an amazing day, and the Lord sees every bit of it. So thank you guys. You guys truly are incredible. Last thing, I know we talked again also on Saturday about shoes. So the goal would be to always keep those kiddos' shoes on. Now, I know that some of them, it can be an impossibility. So I would say if they're really, really fighting you on it, you know, just figure that out in your classroom dynamics. Obviously, if one's going to do it and then everybody else is like, well, why can't I, you know, then make the one do it. I mean, when we talked about the disciplinary, you know, wisdom spot and things like that, those are those moments. If they're being disobedient, they're being disobedient. But if it's a little bit one of those things where nobody else is paying attention and it can kind of be a battle less fought kind of a thing, then okay. But yeah, ideally we want to keep those shoes on. It helps, especially just as we grow. That's the biggest thing right now we talked about is preparing to grow. We're not going to be able to put 25 children's shoes on in the last 5 minutes before the parents all get there. So yeah, just something we want to keep across the board the same. So lots of other updates coming down. We're getting safety measures as far as like fire routes. All that should have been talked about this week. So we'll have a lot of updates probably on our next video. So forgive me for this one being long, but we have a lot of new and exciting things coming out of the pipes, and it's just making us so much better. And again, like I said, our goal, kind of big overarching theme of the next couple of months, is just going to be improving that safety, making sure that our kids are in the safest, most loving environment they possibly can. So love you guys. Thank you again for all that you do. It's seriously, I know I say that, but I pray it never falls on deaf ears. We could not do this without you. So love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you Sunday.